Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Trevor. Very grateful to have you here. And today's video, I'm going to be doing a full review of this fragrance right here, Parfums de Marly's Greenleigh. So this was a 2020 release. Natalie Templar, I believe, is the name of the perfumer. She has also done this one, Perseus, from Parfums de Marly. And this is a green apple fragrance, dominantly, hence the Greenleigh. Green apple shampoo is something else this gets compared to. You could imagine also some green apple orchards growing in a cotton field with some soap bubbles floating around is one of the pictures I like to paint when trying to describe this fragrance. The cotton field comes in from this cashmere and wood that gives this a very wool-like texture, so almost like a fuzzy blanket. That texture can be a bit abrasive and maybe overly synthetic to some people, giving them a headache is some of the anecdotal information that I've gathered on this fragrance. It is basically citrus, cashmere and wood, ambroxan, and green apple. Those are the main notes that I get. Woody, there is a pine forest sensation going on as well, so it's a cooling, refreshing green quality. I think oak moss and petitgrain sort of are coming together to give off that pine forest sensation, so there's this very green, herbaceous, bitter, woody quality in conjunction with the fresh, juicy, zesty, sparkling citrus and the sweet green apple. The green apple in here is a lot more artificial, I want to say, maybe not synthetic in terms of like syrupy or cheap, but artificial in that it's more like a Jolly Rancher green apple than a freshly picked. In terms of other fragrances on the market, I believe that Greenleigh was heavily inspired by Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Intense for Woman, also a fresh, fruity, musky green apple fragrance. That one features a little bit more florals and a peach note, pushing it a little bit more onto the feminine side than Greenleigh here does, which I think is great for a unisex option and anybody of any age. Very versatile in that respect. And then there is also a Middle Eastern interpretation of Greenleigh. This is the best one that I've gotten my nose on. It is French Avenue's Aether, and that one lacks a little bit of the juicy quality that you get from the original in the opening, but otherwise dries down into a very similar, if not better, fragrance than the original here. Though this I'm going to give a 7.5 out of 10 is my ranking for this one. I think it's overhyped and overpriced. It might get an 8 if that weren't the case, but it is a really great fragrance. I do recommend trying it out, sampling it, and wearing it as an experience, but as a financial investment or a product, it's not something that I would recommend. I do enjoy the wearing experience of it though, now that I have it, but it's not something that I would give $250 for, which is what the asking price is at the moment. I would be happier paying around $150 to $180 for the big bottle. And now, getting to the best time to wear the fragrance, I would say that it is great for the late spring all the way through the summer and then the early autumn. I think this reminds me a little bit more of spring than summer just because of the soapy facets going on in here. Kind of reminds me of the first warm day of spring. In terms of people that I could see wearing it, like I said, it is anybody of any age. I think it is a little bit of a sporty type fragrance, so it's something I would wear to the gym. It's something that I wear when doing yard work, like mowing the lawn, so it has an outdoorsy feel to it that I quite enjoy. It's perfect for somebody that works with nature, you know, a gardener, a florist, somebody that works in the garden center at a superstore, somebody that works at a park of any kind, whether you're a park ranger or nature conservation or even at an amusement park, somebody at a slushy or a Jamba Juice or a Smoothie World sort of environment because of the fruitiness, I think would be great for that as well. But overall, it's a casual style fragrance, something that I would wear on a day off, I think, more than anything, or like I said, to the gym or a sporting event or doing some yard work. Anything casual like that where I'm not worried about getting my clothes ripped up or dirty or anything of that nature, even though white tee I think is a great attire for this one, just because it is clean like that. After the initial phase with the fruity, juicy, zesty citruses and the green apple, it sort of dries down into something that's more reminiscent of like cotton on a wooden dresser. It's just very clean and maintaining that wool-like textural feel from the cashmerean, but you know, overall it's great for just smelling clean, and a little bit fun without being youthful is another good quality about this fragrance, as well as that it balances a cool and warm tone, like the warm cozy sensation from the wool-like blanket feel, and then the refreshing cooling aspects of the green facets like the petitgrain moss, and as well as the citruses and green apple make this a very refreshing, vitalizing fragrance to spray on to cool off in the heat. And I think other than projection and longevity, it's about 3 to 6 hours of longevity, and then the sillage is rather intimate. I think this one I do get more wafts of around me and during the wearing experience. Same thing with this one. I think both have a little bit better projection, but neither one have as good of a scent profile, I would say, or are as good as refreshing off for a hot summer day. So intimate, projection, and pretty weak longevity, I want to say, are some other marks against this fragrance. That being said, I'm still giving it a 7.5 out of 10 just because it is so good at what it does, at the niche that it fills. And I think that is all that we have for Parfums de Marly Greenleigh. And if you have anything else that you want to share about this fragrance, let me know your experiences down in the comment section down below. And as always, I really appreciate you sticking with me to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.